Welcome back everyone to another video of update on my Camaro. So I've been running it the past few weeks now, and I've had pretty good luck with the car, but there are some changes that need to be made. So I've been working on trying to get a few things modified or improved on this car now that we have a base of kind of how the car is doing and understand it a little more. Good bit of seat time in it. So now it's time to make some improvements on the actual car itself. So really the only thing I've done to this car since I've had it has been the clutch, and then the suspension. I had the wheel hop bars from BMR suspension on the back, the trailing arms, but that and the clutch have been really the main things I've actually done to this car. Recently I had to replace my Alky Control meth pump because it was 2.5 years old. So this is the old one. Called them, super awesome people. They hooked me up, sent me a new one in like 2 days. Replaced that in the trunk and added the filter was originally on the front of the car, moved it to the back of the car just because of heat. You don't want that boiling the meth. So the guy told me they moved it to the back, and that's been fine ever since. I've been getting good pressure. Because if you watched my last video, you would see that towards the end of the video I was having meth issues because the pump wasn't working properly. Because it's old, the seals wear out, go bad, doesn't pressurize, then you don't have meth, and that's not good, especially running the setup we have. So replace the pump, that was fine. The next thing I did, and this was literally last night, is I haven't been able to use the two-step because the toggle switch, turn this fan off, this fan's stupid loud. The toggle switch is at the firewall and the clutch grabs at the top, so I'm never really able to be on the two-step. When I leave, I'm just having to foot pedal it off the line and slip it as best as possible. So to fix that, Lingenfelter makes what's called a C-tap, and in short what it does is tells your LNC 2000, your launch control, at a certain percentage of clutch throw when to activate and deactivate the two-step. So this is in the process of me still putting this back together. I've just been testing it for testing purposes last night, but this is it, the C-tap 001 for anyone that's interested. And pretty much all you do is hook this purple wire up to the clutch position sensor, and it's a little adapter piece they actually sell for like 30 bucks. You can get on their website, and that purple wire comes down from there, plugs into here, you ground it, your red wire goes to a fuse, and the orange wire is running through the firewall here. I just have a little piece of loose wire going to the to the yellow wire on the LNC, which is your activation 12-volt source. So this wire right here, and that turns on and activates it. Found out through many hours of testing that my actual box doesn't light up green like it's supposed to on the LNC, so I didn't know my two-step was working without actually hitting the throttle. But once I figured that out, we disconnected the toggle switch, which is still up there, right there. Disconnected that because we aren't using that anymore. It's going to be sending a signal through this, and this will be all nice and tucked away behind here once I get the right percentage down. For the clutch I have with the Monster twin disc, right now my settings are it's at 80. When I was actually like on off, because that's what the clutch is, it's an on off switch. It's engaged right here, and right there is pretty much disengaged. About 40% is where this needs to be set at if you're running the same setup as me, and if that helps at all. But you can adjust it by the single percentage. So this is by 10, and then if you want 41, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way to 90, or 9, I'm sorry, you can adjust the increments, so you can get really technical down to the single percent of it. The hysteresis, I'm even saying that right, hysteresis, don't worry about that. That needs to stay at 0 if you have the 5th gen Camaros. That's like some percentage ratio magnetic thing. I don't even worry about that. They said try to avoid using that if possible. But that's how you wire it. That's going off a 12-volt activation. If you're doing a ground activation, you'll be using the yellow and gray wire that comes off of it, but I don't need that because I'm using 12-volt power activation. And that's that. Will there be a lot of pops and bangs? Probably, which is kind of not the idea, but it's inevitable based on how my setup is. If you watch my old videos, me going down the track, you'll see a bunch of flames every time I get about second and third gear. That's because it was hitting that momentary switch on the firewall when my pedal gets all the way up there, cutting the ignition and shooting the flames. So now it'll be doing it right there where it grabs and disengages and engages, so it'll be a lot sooner. So I'm gonna have to probably get that to where I can adjust it off of it so it can let me travel further, so I don't do that when I'm driving around like leisurely on the street. But I digress. That was just another little mod thing that I'm trying to figure out so I can use a two-step and actually dial in launching so I can get better 60 foots, because that's honestly where it makes or breaks my run with the manual cars. So we'll have to practice on that. But I would be going to the track. It's Thursday. I'm not going to the track today, and that is because we're actually going to be taking the Procharger off. So this is going in a box off to get rebuilt, and the reason is because it is leaking oil, and that is not good. And I think it's just time, more or less. It got too hot and it's starting to rattle some more inside the unit itself when it's idling, which is not good either, and it is getting super hot. My reasoning behind this is it got ran on low oil on the way back from my purchase. It had very little oil in it, which is bad. So I think I drove it like 2.5 hours home, that it just might have warped the bearings or something. I talked to the Procharged themselves, and that's pretty much what we concluded. So it needs to be rebuilt. I will be keeping the same pulley size on it, but I do have a new green heavy duty belt coming in for it, and all the bearings, all the seals, everything is going to be done. So this is going to be a fully built, fresh, ready for more boost, and ready for unlimited track use, all that stuff. It's just I haven't been driving it street, just pretty much only on the track lately, because I know I'm having to add oil here and there every time I almost drive it, because I'm worried it's gonna come out. And on top of that, the seal here on the inside, it's actually pushed into the unit right now, it's green, has come out twice now and shot oil everywhere. So very bad. Don't want to risk anymore. Just need to suck it up, send it off, pay the $900 it probably is going to cost me to get it done, and not worry about it anymore. The second thing is, well, second and then third is we're going to an extra nozzle. We're going to a twin nozzle kit I also got from Alpha Control, which is right here. So this twin nozzle is going to be 180 degrees. It's going to be right here at this bend, and it is going to keep the engine cool because we plan on turning this thing up. I have ordered, which is my third thing, a set of Holley 120 LS3 style high impedance injectors. Those guys are awesome. They really hooked me up. Had it in like 2 days. Ordered it Friday, had it Tuesday, like middle of the day. So they even threw in a free t-shirt. The guy was just super nice, answered the phone right away, told me what I needed based on what I have and power I'm trying to achieve, and this should be getting me there. But as y'all may know, the injectors I have now are fast 65 pounds, so we're doubling it. We're going to 120, almost double. Just because I want to have room to grow. Eventually I want to go E, so for those reasons I got the big ones. But I'm just going to stick 93, throw the extra nozzle on it, turn the boost up, and see how much this blower can actually make with this setup. So I'm pretty excited. There's a lot going on. There's going to be a good bit of downtime, so just bear with me on that, because I'm going to have to take this car all the way up to Concord, North Carolina to SSLSX. They're going to be dynoing it, and they're really busy. So once I get the injectors in, that's when I will have the car trailered up there, put the extra nozzle in, drop it off, have them do their magic, tune it, see how much power we can pick up. Leave a comment below on how much y'all think the car is going to make after we do the injectors and extra meth. I'm curious to know. I have a number in my head, but end of the day, doesn't matter what number you have. It's matters how you put the power down and getting the power down the track. So we shall see. But that's kind of the update on everything. I still have to pull this off, this Procharger off, which is what we're about to do in a minute. And to do that, you need to take your belt off the pulley, release the tension, take it off. That should be pretty easy. I'll go ahead and leave it off because we're going to be replacing it with a new one anyway. And then to get to these bolts, so there's bolts going all through here that attach to the bracket here, the actual head unit itself. I will get the Allen and start taking the ones that I can. Now there's some behind this tensioner, so we're going to have to loosen this up and move it out of the way to get to the rest. And then of course take your filter off and pull the unit out, drain the fluids, pack it up, send it off. I'm hoping from the people I talked to that's going to be replacing everything inside of the Procharger itself, told me it's going to take about 2 weeks turnaround time. So I'll be waiting to get that back. When that's back, I'll probably bolt everything up, run it with the new belt, make sure everything runs great, go to the track with it, test it a little bit. No problems, good. And then when I'm ready, I'll schedule a date to get a tune done. And that's the day before or day of. I'll just swap the injectors, load it on a trailer, and take it from where I'm at in South Carolina all the way to North Carolina and drop it off. And then we'll be waiting for some dyno videos to come back and some new numbers, and we'll have a whole nother animal. So I'm super pumped for that. But yeah, that's just an update on what's going on, what's to come. I'm super pumped for everything. This car, it's got to have the essentials to make the more power. Yeah, to make more power. So if I'm gonna be making more boost, I'm gonna definitely need more fuel to start with to make more boost, and then to support it and keep everything cold and safe, I need an extra nozzle of Meth. So tuner up there, Steven's gonna take care of me. I've talked to him multiple times, and he's told me, hey, if you're gonna do this, you're gonna need X, Y, and Z. So I'm super pumped. But time and money, that's all it is. So we're gonna go ahead and take this Procharger off real quick and get it ready to go, drain everything, and start the process of getting this thing ready for the road. Here we go. All right, we got the belt off, filter off, and the boot off for actual charge down here. So the bell or the wheel looks pretty good. And now we just need to figure out, dropping stuff, what size Allen this is. So I can go ahead and start popping out these suckers, which 1, 2, 3, should be 6. I'm looking at it correctly here. I'm not 100% sure, but once that is out, this whole head unit will come off. I was just noticing here, there's like hardly any clearance right there. It's literally spot on. That's how these kits are designed. They're perfect. So I might have to take this off, or I might just twist it back down and move it out of the way and get to the other ones. We'll see. So let me go ahead and that actually looks pretty freaking sweet. Sorry, I'm sorry, but if you have one of these, you got to spin it. That's just the name of the game. All right, I'm gonna carry on, start getting these bolts off. We'll take the actual unit off and then drain it real quick. All right, so there we have it. This is the unit itself, and I have definitely some cleaning up to do a little bit on it. Probably wiped it down a little bit, but you can just see all the dirt and grime and oil residue in here from where it's leaking. It was leaking down here, probably where it collected on the drain plug, but zoom out there for you. But that is nothing really to show. I'm gonna drain the oil out of it real quick. Probably wipe it down a little bit with some brake clean, and we'll box it up and ship it out. And we'll go ahead and finish the video up. But as it stands right now, this is the Camaro down, I guess, but it's all good. Gives me time to clean up some. Oil is like my worst enemy besides wiring itself. So I also have some parts I'm gonna be picking up, an extra set of axles just to have on backup, an extra drive shaft, and a heat extractor. If anyone wants one, let me know, because I'll have an extra one. I might do a giveaway on it. I don't know, we'll see. So leave a comment below of if you're interested in any of those things, and we'll be hopefully getting this stuff done. Hopefully we'll ship this out tomorrow, which will be Friday, and we'll 2 weeks from then hopefully have it back. We can throw it in and start playing with it, test it out, hit the track a couple times, give her some two-step on the leave, and then build the power up, build the boost up, because that's what everyone wants, more boost, right? So that's just hopefully helping y'all out, and y'all stay tuned. It's going to be, once I'm back, it's going to be rolling. It's rolling a lot of street stuff, shows, so on and so forth. So I appreciate everyone who's been tagging along and sharing for me, trying to get this out there just so I can help, be supportive. It's what I love to do. So it is what it is. If no one watches, no one watches. But I'm having a blast. It's what I love. Even though it is 150 degrees in this garage right now, I can still have a smile on my face. So thank you all so much for staying in touch and commenting, and hopefully we'll be back soon. And let me know what y'all think, and drop a comment, like I said, if y'all know or guess the number on how much you think it's gonna make. Thank y'all. I'll see you next time. Peace.